that's even appealing to me anymore. Whether or not that's something that I should even want. Because I actually don't. I actually don't really. No, I could say that because I did the Jewish diaspora dream, right? The Jewish diaspora dream, when Jews are in diaspora and you're the minority and you're oppressed and you're living with Christmas and right. So you sort of have this dream and you go into synagogue and you pray for the return of Zion and all of that. Jews have been praying that way for 2,000 years. So I did the dream. And I said, I'm going to go to Israel and be part of this experiment in making the dream a reality, being in a place where Jews are no longer an oppressed minority, where we have, the Jewish holidays are the holidays of the country, where the language of the culture, the country is Hebrew, where Shabbat is Shabbat, where the bus driver will wish you Shabbat Shalom and all of it. I mean, this is our dream. This was a 2,000-year-old dream. So I did that. And here I am now, 30 years after I did that, asking myself, whether that's what I really want, right? Whether or not I think that living in that all-Jewish city is really the right vision, because it does what you just said, which is that it completely ignores the fact that there are other people here, there are other people in the world, and also I don't know what that gives us. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's the first time I've ever shared those thoughts out loud, because I know there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be really upset with me questioning the idea of the value of a Jewish state as far as we've defined Jewish state until now. I mean, I think that we can define it differently. Anyway.
I think like it's as if I go to a retreat or to a place that only have Muslim, or that only have a certain, only woman, or only man, or only black, or only all this consideration of we are safe in our own tribe, with our own religion, with our own gender, and that the other is a threat to us.
Right.
It's really rejecting the fact that we are radically different, but this radical difference doesn't mean it's a threat. I think in its essence, that's what it is. And it's not just for the Jewish and the Palestinian and the Israeli and the Muslim. It is for every human being, understanding that we are one, yet this one has a different manifestation of the divine. And the divine...
there you go. They were connecting it to the spirituality. Yes,
and the divine is it's as if I want to go to nature and I want to see one type of tree. Impossible.
The diversity is what makes us
beautiful. Go to a garden and you would see one type of flower. Or you would see one type of plant. No, when you go to nature, you see the diversity, and you don't see competition, you don't see comparison, and you see how the ecosystem evolved together and kind of intertwined and find its own balance. And I think that's what my vision for us as humans, as Palestinian, as Israeli, as Jews, is to find that balance and to find it within, to feel how safe we are inside out, how loved we are inside out, how accepted we are inside out, because this is ultimately the experience that we came here to have as humans, as a spiritual being having this human experience.
Yeah, you say that a lot. I love that. Yeah. So it's so interesting you talked about the diversity of ecology. I did I did a second master's degree in environmental science not that long ago. And we talked a lot about this, about the importance of diversity, how ecosystems need diversity to survive, that the monoculture is really bad for all of us.
Same for a Jewish state or Muslim state or Christian state,
Right. It's and you come here to Costa Rica and it's here you just see, that's what I was saying at the beginning, it's you're not coming here and, saying, oh, I have to fit myself into this box. I am the Jewish Costa Rican or the Israeli Costa Rican, it's just people are whatever. We went to the market today, and the market, there were just zillions of languages, right? Just languages, actually some Hebrew also, and it's just it's all okay. I mean, it's just all part of the fabric. It doesn't have to be a thing. It doesn't, your tribalism doesn't have to be such a thing.
Yeah.
And, I feel like this is at the core of what's happening here. It's really, we have to, if we're going to talk about getting to the root cause of all of this, violence and bloodshed, this is the root cause, right? The root cause is that fearfulness, the thinking that people like me are good, people who are different from me are bad.
Are not only bad, they are a threat to my security.
Right.
I think that's really key, that this perception that the other is a threat. And the other can be black, can be woman, can be man, can be Jewish, can be Palestinian, can be Muslim. It doesn't matter what the other is. Whoever is different than me is a threat to my existence. And I think this is really where the healing opportunity is for us. To understand that no, I can really co-create in partnership, I can collaborate, I can embrace, I can be with rather against. Gracefully, really allow grace to embrace. I say that always because I really, really love this sentence. It's like, allow grace to embrace us. And grace is a symbol of the feminine. Like, the feminine is not going to push, it's going to embrace, it's going to allow, it's going to receive. And so where are we in this new world order that we want to define that is different than this G7 or UN New Order? Is like, what is our vision for a new humanity in this context of chaos and madness that we're encountering right now?
It's so interesting for me to hear you talking about the conflict in the context of like humanity. Sometimes I really feel like the Israel-Palestine conflict has some kind of outsized impact on like world events. It affects the American elections, it causes these campus uprisings, it creates it really feels, it's a tiny, tiny country, right? It's tiny. And, we're talking about 10 million people or 12 million people, I don't even know the exact number, which isn't like a lot.
But it's at the core, and
it's so interesting to me to hear you say that this work on this conflict you feel like has ripple effects for humanity, because that's